มาจักกนังปันสังครูจีนปรัชญาเพียงสามัคคีกลมนันเนียสังครูบอมรากาเปียกัมพูชีไม่ตรงรักเนียเปียมเปียสันเสรีไอ้กระเรียนโบนาเพียมอาทับปไตยไม่ประเสริฐโดประดันไทยรักษามันอ้อยบอตึงเฉลียนเปียนโมกตรวจตราสมบัติโดนตาทนเทียนจิตขมายเรียงอาทิตย์เรียงบอมลือกัมพูชีขมายไอ้กระเทียมเมียต้องสลายปัญหาโยบายเศรษฐกิจสังคมอันหงสาสะกดไหลคลาจีเบียบเพียมรุ่งเรืองใจยืนปูยืนผู้เขายืนขมายกรองลานสังคมจีนไทยรักนาดจอมเราอำนาจจุนรัจีตามไปกัมพูชีรวมรู้เสียงสานเจโยคณะป่าสังคมจีนสมาชิกคณะปันสังคมจีนปรัชญาไม่เพียงสามัคคีกลมนันเนียสังครูบอมรากาเปียกัมพูชีไม่ตรงรักเนียเปียมเปียสันเสรีไอ้กระเรียนโบนาเพียมอาทับปไตยไม่ประเสริฐโดประดันไทยรักษามันอ้อยบอตึงเฉลียนเปียนโมกตรวจตราสมบัติโดนตาทนเทียนจิตขมายเรียงอาทิตย์เรียงบอมพลือกัมพูชีมาไอ้กระเทียมเมียต้องสลายปัญหาโยบายเศรษฐกิจสังคมอันหงสาสะกดไหลคลาจีเบียบเพียมรุ่งเรืองใจยืนปูยืนผู้เขายืนขมายกรองลานสังครูจีนไทยรักบอชนาดอ้อยจอมเราอำนาจจุนรัจีตามไปกัมพูชีรวมรู้เสียงสาน
and welcome. Thank you for joining our show. This is CNRP America live show, live Facebook show. This program is called Khmer Youth Voices for Justice. Thank you so much for joining our show. This program is in English, so please, I hope you enjoy our show. Wherever you at, I hope you have a good evening or good morning. Today is September 27, 2022. Our topic for today is direct succession to Cambodia future. We are not talking about the king. We are talking about Cambodia's politics. So please tune in and please stay watching with us and good discussions. And also, if you have any comment, please put it on. I will read them and I and my guests will help to answer that questions as well. Again, my name is Linda Ou. I will be your host. I am broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California. So thank you so much for joining our show. I have two wonderful guests today. They both been here. They both very active in the politics. They are very active with CNRP. CNRPA. Let me introduce one of my guests. Her name is Sita Arunson. She is from Fresno, California. So all our three guests today, all our two guests and I will be broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California. So thank you for joining. Let me bring her out. ជំរាបសួរបង ជំរាបសួរ Linda សុខសប្បាយ សុខសប្បាយ How are you បង Good, I'm doing well. How is Fresno today?
hot still. The weather, well, not too bad, in the 90. So 93, somewhere around there today, not over
Um,
100.
yes, where we at is 100. Hopefully it's cool down tomorrow and the day after that. But yesterday, just actually this weekend and until today was pretty brutal. I was hoping for a fall like weather, but unfortunately it's still hot. But hey, we
Mhm.
live in California. We have to take what we got. So
Yeah.
um, for our audience, that a new audience, Bong, again, her name is Sita Arunson. She is from Fresno, California. From where she's at, and how long what you say, Bong? You drove all the time down here. This is a 5 hour drive.
About between 4 and 5 hours, depending on the traffic. Yeah.
Okay, and from where she's at, and just say 4 to 5 hours. And thank you so much, Bong. You always here. You always in Los Angeles, in Long Beach, and you are very involved and active. And for that, thank you so much for being here and also for dedicating your time and energy to advocate for democracy for Cambodia.
Yeah, it's my privilege, and my honor to be part of CNRPA, uh, fighting for democracy for our people in Cambodia. All my life, my adult life, well, since I was a teenager, my father was and very involved in during his days with the elderly politician back then, and now I'm picking up that torch with my husband. We both very honored to be part of CNRPA.
Thank you, Bong. And we are hopefully in the near future, we will see Bong and your children here with me as well. So hopefully in the near future, my children will be hosting this show and your children will be either your children host it and my children will, I only have one kid. So my kid will watch and be a guest. So
Yeah, yeah, just hope that they will participate in the um, fighting for democracy and for Cambodia, because I know this fight not gonna end anytime soon, and we can gonna continue until our last day. At least for me and my husband, I know he's the same thing. He's feel the same.
and on behalf of, I know Cambodian that listening, thank you, Bong. Okay, my next guest is Samady Ou. He been here. He's one of the active youth as well. Let me bring him out. Let me bring somebody out.
ជំរាបសួរបង
So Samady, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you បង What about you?
Good. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us in the heat. We know Bong Sita and I just finished talking how hot it is in California, but
Yeah.
we had to um, tough with it because that's where we live. So thank you, Samadi, for being here. Um, what have you been up to since we last seen you?
Going to the temple because it's Pyongban on the 25th. And then attend the protest in front of the UN with many dictatorship leaders that came to the UN, like Bangladesh. I saw a lot of people also coming to the protest too in front of the UN, protesting with us in Myanmar too.
Thank you, Samadi. We will talk a little bit regarding the protest. Let me introduce Samadi. Samadi, he's one of our active youth. He is broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California. From Samadi to where I live, probably 30 minutes. So we are very close to each other, and so we can practically drive to each other's house and broadcast on the same room. And but we wouldn't do that. So it's 30 minutes. So just saying that Samadi is very close to me, very close to where I live. And we are just say we almost living at the same, almost the same town. And we do go to the same temple as well. So there we go. And as always, Samady, thank you so much for giving up 1 hour your evening to talk and also to give us your input. It's very important. This show is called Khmer Youth Voices for Justice. I am doing this in English, so that way our youth in America, our youth overseas can understand and also can be aware of what's going on in Cambodia. For that, thank you, Samady.
Thank you for having
Let me
me.
bring out Bong Sita. Okay, Bong. Did you, Bong Sita, I believe the protest was last Friday. Did you go to the protest, Bong, in New York City and UN headquarters?
No, I didn't get a chance to. I ran out of sick leave and vacation completely, and so I couldn't take off to go to the protest. I went to Massachusetts to get to be with the leadership's meetings and gathering, but I didn't get a chance to go to the protest.
Thank you, Bong. Let me show some picture. I see some of the picture, but I will get some more. So let me see. This is not in New York. This is in Massachusetts. So we are protesting, and it's almost the same thing. We are protesting for the release of political prisoner in Cambodia. We are protesting for the CPP, the leadership in Cambodia, to release all political prisoners, to restore democracy in Cambodia. And you can see some of the poster that we did, and this is picture of the current political prisoner that's still in prison, that their wife and their daughter for Friday woman that's out there every day. So let me put some of the picture. This is so like somebody said, protests with Myanmar, protests with different countries that have dictatorship, and that they send their representative to the UN headquarters in New York. And yeah, as you can see, pretty good turnout. Since you was not at the protest, you probably watch like I do. I wasn't there as well, and like you, I ran our vacation day. So, how do you feel, Bong? How do you feel about the protest, the overall arrangement, how the message, the theme? How do you?
I saw a lot of excitement and a lot of turnout actually, and I heard there are quite a few different nationality who is going through this, who are going through the same as us in Cambodia. The leaderships are becoming more and more like dictatorship style, so they join us to do the protest. Is that right, somebody?
Yes, yes. Yeah, there are many people coming to the protest, especially from many different states, and the protest is on Friday, which is a work day, and we have almost 300 to 400 people, Khmer people coming to the UN, spending money. Not only that they didn't get paid on Friday, they also spent a lot of money on plane tickets. Some of them renting a vehicle, which cost thousands of dollars to come to New York, protest in front of the UN. So I would like to thank everyone who spent their time coming to New York City in front of the UN, showing Hun Sen that not everyone supporting his way of ruling in Cambodia, the regime.
And was there any opposition people, not people who support Hun Sen? Did any of them show up to?
Well, it's a lot different from the last protest. Last protest, we see that Hun Sen paid a lot of people, close to 1,000 people, to come to the protest like that, but standing face to face with us, screaming back and forth against us, showing support for Hun Sen. But this time, they did not come. Only 2 of them coming in, which they come. Basically, their goal is to take pictures and show Hun Sen that oh, there's only 2-3 people coming to the protest, which isn't true. And also, Hun Sen came around 4 to 5 p.m. after basically almost everyone leaving when he came. So he kind of like avoid the protest, avoiding people, avoiding us, and he came a little late.
Thank you, Samady, for sharing. And unfortunately, I mean, they still, from the video I see, they came and they, and we actually have more manpower than them, so they left, and it's shame on them. We are an opposition party. We are our people, CNRP activists in Cambodia still in jail. Their family got beaten every day for asking release of their husband, their their father, which is the Friday woman. And it's unfortunately that we are here asking for their release, but those two people came over and what are they doing in our crowd? But thank goodness for everybody who joined the party. So on behalf of I'm speaking from as a Cambodian, we have the Cambodian people. Thank you so much for all our activists in America, everyone in America that sacrifice their money, sacrifice their time and energy to join the protest, to make our voice clear to Hun Sen, clear to CPP, clear to every leadership in Cambodia that we want to restore democracy in Cambodia. We want CNRP to be back as a political party. We also want release all the political prisoner, and also we want not just political prisoner, also the people that from in prison because they use their freedom of expression or freedom of speech, and that's what we are there. And we were clear, and I'm really grateful for that. Anything you want to add, Samady and Bong Sita, regarding the protest? Because I was very proud. I was very, really joyful just to see it, and also very thankful for people that sacrifice and people flying from California to Massachusetts. It's not cheap. It's a
and some from Canada, right?
Yeah.
Quite
No, not just some from Canada, and also some from Australia, and from France. So it's all over the world. So we are really deeply, like Pauline said, we are deeply moved. We are deeply appreciated, and that's what everybody in America, in North and Canada, all over the world should. We are living in a country that we able to express ourselves. We are able to speak our mind, and that's how we use democracy to change. And Cambodia, a country that under the slogan of democracy, under the slogan of peace, but unfortunately, our people cannot speak, cannot even voice their opinion on anything. Voice opinion on the internet, on voice opinion on political, anything is wrong. So for that, we thank you. We thank you for everybody that show up and speak up.
One more thing I would like to add, Linda, if I may.
Yeah, please.
Hun Sen dissolved CNRP in Cambodia, but CNRP around the world is very much alive, and as it's shown during the protests and many other occasions, we have huge number. And imagine that was in it's not a town where a lot of Cambodian people, but if it was in Massachusetts or in Long Beach, LA, a lot probably showed up. And because in my hometown, some elderly wanted to go as well, but they cannot afford the airfare tickets, and But if we were a smaller country, we can drive to go. Oh my goodness, a lot probably showed up, but because of the distance and the airfare is really expensive, that's limited our numbers that show up. But still, it was a large crowd. I'm very impressed too.
Yes, and also to show, like, people that live in America, people that live in outside Cambodia, that's so afraid to even speak up, so afraid to be even support democracy. It's about time. It's about time those people show up. It's about time to join us, and everybody enjoy democracy in this country. Everybody enjoy the freedom of speech. Even those two CPP that also at New York, they enjoy the freedom of roaming around. So they should be able to say, I live in this country, and the people in other country, like my country Cambodia, does not have the freedom of to do anything, doesn't have the freedom to elect their leader, doesn't have the freedom for freedom of expressions, and also the people that actually in prison right now. And we need to advocate for that, because nobody should be in prison for their political belief. Nobody should be in prison for their freedom of expressions. And that's what why we are out there. We are advocating for the Phnom Penh government to restore democracy and also release political prisoners in Cambodia. So thank you so much. Let me stop this sharing. Thank you, Bong, and thank you, Samady, for your thought for that. Now let's go to our topic. Our topic today is direct succession to Cambodia future. I couldn't come up with a topic, and I honestly, like, sitting there, I was like, what topic should I do? Also, successor. When you're talking about successor, you probably think of king. You probably think of a company that how their success, and most people think of a king, think of a throne where the son of the king, which is the prince. Actually, we actually have recently have in England, where the Queen Elizabeth just passed away, and her son Charles III is sitting at the throne. So we're talking about Cambodia. So Cambodia do have a king. Cambodia does have a king, but we're not talking about king. I'm not talking about the throne. I'm talking about Cambodia politics. And when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about Hun Sen and his son and his family, the Hun family, basically. We always use the word nepotism, and also we use the word crony. Samady, you know the difference between that two words?
Well, crony is like relative or friend, but it doesn't relate it to helping them get into a certain position or a certain government position. But in this case, nepotism is more like implemented strictly your family into the government. In this case, like Hun Sen. Hun Manite himself stated that he went on a speech recently. He stated that I accept that in Cambodia, there are many people with ability in the CPP, and there are also many people with the talent, but the CPP Central Committee voted collectively to choose one person, because they can only choose one person, and gave me this opportunity to be the candidate to become the next Prime Minister of Cambodia. Now, what can he do? Because the CPP committee only selected him because he seemed as the most talented. And he also takes shot at His Excellency Samady, saying that if Samady wanted to give the youth the opportunity, why not allow the youth from his political party stand as the prime minister candidate in Cambodia? This is the form of nepotism. He openly admitted it, that his father passing the prime minister position of Cambodia to himself after Hun Sen decided to retire. And this is the form of nepotism.
Thank you, Samady. Anything to add, Bong, that somebody might miss between that word?
No, he covered it. Yeah, it's very to answer somebody, not somebody, but to answer Hunmanite question that somebody raised, the last question, why opposition party, the candlelight party, not allowing. Well, he aimed at Lok Samrang-si, that why he didn't give the opportunity to others, and why is Samrang-si only pointing to CPP? Well, because Samrang-si is out here in outside, not in the country, and CPP doesn't even allow Samrang-si to go in to do anything. How can he handle anything? He can't even run as a candidate, or the party cannot even run for any office. How can he pass on anything to anybody? That does not make sense. Hunmanite raised that question. If you want to challenge that question of your own words, give CNRP an opportunity to go back and run for office as well, and see what Lok Samrang-si will do, and prove your point that, if that's the case. But to answer that, look, this article came out, I think today or yesterday, and this clip, Lok Samrang-si already show with many youth, including Samady was in there, that that the chance, they all expressed that they can have a chance to run for prime minister in Cambodia if opportunity arise. And Lok Samrang-si was there in the middle, and he already present that idea, and now Hunmanite pointing that out. That does not make any sense. Give CNRP the chance, the opportunity to go back in Cambodia and prove your point, and we'll see.
Thank you, Bong, and thank you so much for bringing that that topic as well. People always, in CPP always say, well, you never do this, you never do that. Well, give us a chance, then we'll go and we'll show you what we do, what we will do. Then we'll talk. Beside that, don't say anything. Bong Sita, she has a daughter and a son. They both born in America, right, Bong?
I have 4 actually.
I did not know that.
They are born in America, yes.
Okay,
2
I'm
girls
sorry.
and 2 boys, yes.
I did not know that. Wow. Okay, we need to have them join my show. Okay. The American dream, one of them, what is the American dream? We live in America. What is your dream for your children, Bong?
My dream is for them to choose their own path, to we are involved in the community awareness, community involvement in the community in general, and I hope some of them, if not all, will continue that path to run for office, local office or federal or national, whatever, and hopefully in the future, maybe they will pick up a torch and go back to Cambodia and help Cambodia too. And so my dream is for them to be somebody, and they have that opportunity to be somebody who they want, who they choose to be in this country. Unlike in Cambodia, only the people with the what we call in English, backbone, with the Hun family, with the CPP party, that have opportunity to be in the government office to run for anything. And many times they have to bribe their way if they are not if they are not really close to the family, close to the big people up there. They have to bribe their way in. So it's very different between our system here in America and in Cambodia. And I just hope one day Cambodia and the government change to a, a true democracy like in America. The privilege that we have here.
Thank you, Bong. And let me correct Bong a little bit on what you just said. December 2021, before the end of 2021, Hun Sen have Hun Sen, or we can say CPP, name his son Hun Manait to be the follow-up on his footstep, meaning he's going to be the next prime minister. So they're grooming him to be the next prime minister. Now we are looking at the CPP in political party. Hun Manat is the son of Hun Sen. Samady, can you remind me who is the second highest ranking in Cambodia in the CPP party?
Well, the Cambodian People Party, which in short as CPP, used to have three main leaders, which is Hun Sen, Saw Kane, and Heng Samrin. Now Heng Samrin is gone. Hun Sen successfully holding his the whole CPP power in his hand. And the next in line would be Saw Kane. He is currently the vice prime minister of Cambodia, and his son and daughter also have high education. They are more than qualified to be the prime minister candidate. But the problem is that dad is not a prime minister, which is so they did not get chosen as the next prime minister candidate of Cambodia. And I believe this CPP also have internal conflicts, because if it was just opposition party, let's say His Excellency Samresi want his son to be the next prime minister of Cambodia, that would be arguably unfair to Hun Sen, but to the Cambodian People Party. But in this case, it is unfair to his own political party, because none of them can be the candidate except Hun Manait, which, following his father's footstep, we can see, I thought Hun Manait would be different from his father, because he received most of his education from the United States, West Point to be exact, and got a master's degree. But he showed all the trait that his father taught him. He's want to maintain the Hun family in power and continue their reign in the next, who know how long decade it would be. And they disdain for the recognition of human rights. We can see the Naga world. We can see many political prisoners have been arrested for expressing their ideas. And they using opposition party, whoever have the opinion opposed to Hun Sen ideology, use them as scapegoat to unify the Cambodian People Party, to use them as a stepping stone for Hun Sen passing his power to Hun Manait. So he basically just used everyone in CPP as a step for Hun Manait's succession after Hun Sen decided to retire from his prime minister position.
Thanks, Samady. The reason I brought it up, because this is also a message to the People Party, the CPP in Cambodia as well. This show should also wake them up as well. That I'm going to show you a picture, and then we'll talk about why they should be waking up. This is taken last Friday or last Thursday. So he took two of his granddaughter. This is not his daughter, his granddaughters. We are talking about his son Hun Manait, that's going to be the prime minister, and then also the picture you just saw is his granddaughter. So this message is directly to the CPP supporter. Good luck in getting anywhere close to that seat. Your dream and your hard work of supporting the party, your dream and your hard work of protecting their family, your hard work of protecting that family, that you will never going to be sitting on that chair. You're never going to be sitting in a prime minister chair position or close to it, because from Hun Sen now it's going to be his son later, and then going to be his grandkid later. So again, if you are CPP right now, you should be consider this. Consider you have children, your dream, and like Bong Sita, your dream like mine, and gonna be Samady dream as well when he have children. You want your kid to be having equal opportunity. You want your kid to have full access. If they want to run for a country, you should always support them. In this case, this is going to look like in the near future. So if you are CPP, prepare and keep on protecting that family, keep on protecting the family, that you will never get a chance to sit on that chair. And that chair, that picture was taken in New York City and at the UN headquarters where they have a meeting. And is it there? Those granddaughter have any position in the government, Samady?
Well, she doesn't have any
Look
special.
at them. Do they look like even old enough to be in a foreign affair position, or in the position of sitting that chair?
Well, she looked like maybe in her mid-20, around my age. She's probably still going to school, but as you can see who sit behind them, they probably high-ranking official in Cambodian People Party who escorted Hun Sen to do foreign affair. But instead of giving him a chance to sit in front, he rather used this opportunity to show off his granddaughter as it could be the next candidate after Hun Manait.
They are going to be the next candidate, and if like said, the message to CPP is very clear. You will never sit on that chair. Your political party, will never put you up on that chair.
And the problem with CPP is not CPP, but in the Hun Sen family, they use nepotism as a way to control each ministry in Cambodia. Right now we have Saw Kane, but after Saw Kane retired from his position, maybe the Ministry of Interior of Cambodia passed down to Hun Sen family, and in this case, the Hun family will rule the whole government using nepotism. So I believe in order to make change, prevent Hun Sen from using his whole family to control Cambodia, they have to stand up, or at least know that they don't have any chance of not even talking about Prime Minister of Cambodia, but holding any high-ranking position in Cambodia. They would have no chance of doing so.
This is their family tree. Hun Sen has 5 children. One of them is Hun Manait, the second picture from your left, and he has 4 other children. To say that those 4 children is not going to be touching any part of the political party, it's very slim chance that they're not going to touch it, because they will, because those people are already in a position, in a leadership position in the CPP political party. So, Bong Sita, how do you feel that Hun Sen brought his granddaughter to the UN? Is that a slap to the face of CPP, and also a slap to the face of every citizen in Cambodia?
Definitely, yes. If he brought youth, but anybody else beside the family, it makes sense to the youth, the next generation youth, to learn. But family, if you look at any democratic country, they don't do that. They promote youth, they promote the younger generation, but they do not promote their own children. Their children, their own children, children of the politician have equal rights as everybody else, not the first right. Um, when you think about it, in Cambodia, government right now is worse than China. You know, China, they elect their president or their prime minister or whatever, you know, their leaders according to the party as well, but they have more chance to rotate than in Cambodia. Cambodia is right now, it's going that way. It's just Hun's family only. And that is very sad. And not just sad for the people, all Cambodian in general, but sad. I feel bad for the CPP as well. You know, they of course we are the opposition party. We want our party to have a chance opportunity, but right now they even eliminate their own people in their own parties. Don't even give them chance to have any chance to come up to be the prime minister. That's just sad. That's just wrong, outright wrong.
Thank you, Bong, and that is correct. You know, we opposition, and I know since you were born, and since I was born, and since Samady was born, he just born so young. We only know Hun Sen. I only know Hun Sen as a prime minister. I'm not sure you know anybody as a prime minister of Cambodia.
I was born. I know Khmer Rouge, Pol Pot, and then after that,
It's Hun Sen.
Hun Sen. Yeah, that's it. And 37 year, I believe he's in the office.
Yeah,
Before that was a few other one, but just short-lived, came up and then got thrown in jail and this and that, and just Hun Sen since I think it was 1985. If I looked up the document earlier. So, and imagine when Hun Manet comes along, if Hun Manet allowed to comes along and be the prime minister of Cambodia, how many more years of that Hun family? My goodness. Even if you eat the same soup 3-4 days, you'll get tired. And this is politician in how many decades? You know, people get tired of them. The point that I want to go back a little bit, somebody point out, read from the article, said that the party CPP elect Hun Manet said that the CPP Central Committee elected him. What can he do? That's such a silly question.
Turn it down.
And he doesn't have to turn it down. He can just say, okay, let's have a fair competition or fair whatever, you know. But he just and the reason they elected him because his family hold all the power. Who dare to bark at them? That's the sad part. Yeah, so it wasn't, he has no better answer. He just say all those stuff, and which is true, but if you look at behind what he's saying, there's so much depthness to it, and people need to understand that, and it's just a sad reality. Yeah, and if CPP continue to allow that to happen, it's they need to wake up. Yeah, they need to wake up before it's too late.
Thank you, Bong. One of our guests said in Khmer, I said the regime is pushing him up, and he basically Hun Manet has no credential, has no experience. How do you feel about that, Samly? Do you agree that Hun Manet has no experience, no leadership position? I mean, I think, went back to Cambodia after his education for how many years, and also, do you think he have enough leadership quality to be able to continue the torch from his father?
Well, Hun Manite claimed that he has done many things for Cambodia, including the decrease in COVID cases, which his father gave his wife and him a medal at the ceremony recently. And also, he said, if you want to know more, read his book. He just releases his book. But however, I have to give him where credit's due. He does have experience ruling Cambodia through dictator power like his father. He probably learned how to forcibly suppress the opposition party like his father, and also form a solid regimentation of the Hun family in Cambodian government by forming decade-longs with Chinese and the Vietnamese government to back them up. We recently saw Hun Sen went to Cuba, shaking hand with the Cuba president or prime minister. I don't know what the position he holds, but we can see that Hun Sen used this trip to gain support from other country. So I think,
Communist country.
yeah. So especially specifically Cambodia. So in this case, we can see that the point has been proven. Hunmanite political ideology will not be different than his father. Even the way he speak, even the way he look to people behind him, just like his dad.
That's a trademark. What I read the article from BOD last night regarding Hun Manet, regarding his position that since December, so it's been 9 months. He been very active in social media. They create and he posts up his speeches, and I know it's not him. It's run by his people, run by his committee, but he have many account. He basically, it's an advertisement for him, advertisement for the youth to get to know him, to show that he has leadership quality. And we might be losing somebody due to the internet connections. Either that or my internet is bad. So he have, according to VOD, he is very active on social media, posting his speech up and posting what he been doing. So basically, his speeches, his event, he gone to events what Cambodia like to do is every time they build something, or every time they trying to build something, or they have a plan for something, they have a ceremony of breakground ceremony or anything that development ceremony, and he has been going to that. What I want to say is he got his degree from overseas. He got the degree. He spent many years in America, in many years in England, in the UK to get his master degree and all that. And like Bong Sita said, if he were to, he being a democratic, he want to change from his parent, change from his dad. But like Bong Sita said, he could just say, let have a full opportunity, a fair opportunity for other people, children, like Sokeng children, Sumchai children, to be in a fully fair opportunity. So that way it show to the world, hey, I came from a, the son of the prime minister, but I want my people to see me that I'm fair, that I am not following my dad's footsteps. But in this case, he didn't. And also, like somebody said, his trademark is when they talk, they look back for support behind them. And also, many, and also another thing that they point out is that he is he is purposely taking the event, which is the promotional event, the event that he's going to personally attack Sam Rainsy. So he make it a personal attack, personally answer the questions where people are just there to listen, people there to see what's the development, but he actually taking that opportunity, made the opportunity to answer, fight back, and personally attack opposition. So that's what the trade from Hun Sen. That's what Hun Sen been doing for the last almost 40 years. He's personally taking the public platform, like the time, many times he hand out diploma. He take that public appearance to personally attack opposition that he push out the country, and also attack people that have cannot fight back, which people in prison. So the same line as his father, Hun Manet had been doing that lately, been answering, been fighting back, and personally attacking opposition, which is when I talking about opposition, personally attack Mr. Samrang. So the leadership quality is not there. The personal trait of a son of a dictatorship is there. Also, since December, what have happened also is Naga worker protest. It's been going on for 10 months. If he want to show his leadership skill, if he want to show, hey, I have skill, I have negotiation skill, I can use my education that I learned from America, he can solve their problem. He can negotiate. Why don't he use that? Why do we have a person since December being propped up as a prime minister, future prime minister, but then again for the last 9 or 10 months, he keep attacking opposition where he should have been working in the country and solve problem. Anything you want to add, Bong Sita, regarding his leadership skill?
None. None as to he has no leadership skill. Yeah. Besides just like his father, like Samady and you mentioned, just like a drop from his father, the skill passed on exact the same. Did you see the UN broadcast? Hun Sen was talking and then he turned around to see where his people are and it just turned to the wall.
No, he's not talking, no, he's reading.
Oh, okay.
He's reading a speech, like a speech that they wrote and that they prep up. So he's not even take time to even care enough to memorize the speech, but just go up there and read from his iPad.
Exactly, and then he turned around to look for his people and just the wall. It was so funny. I'm sorry, but yeah, as far as Hun Manet, no, I don't see any leadership skills. Like both of you said, everything that he does, he used public platform to show everything but leadership skill, just to attack people, opposition party, to talk about what's his name, the leader who set the flood and all that stuff. Whatever his name is. Yeah, so just nonsense stuff. Yeah, there's no leadership skills. We don't see that. His party might see otherwise, but the CPP did not. The Hun family did not give the CPP youth the opportunity. How would we know anybody else have the ability besides just pick up somebody, Hun Manet, and put it on a platter and hand it the power? They wanted to do that, but unless CPP stopped them from happening, we're gonna see another 30-40 years. I don't think people can stand it. I cannot stand it already. Have enough Hun Sen and now his family too. We cannot let that happen.
Yeah. Somebody, anything to add about his leadership skill?
Nothing to add, but as you said, like Naga world, this is the prime example of nepotism. It's not illegal, but it caused many issues in the society. Let's say conflict of interest. Do you think the Hun family does not own any stocks or shares of Naga World? They probably own every inches of every business in Cambodia, like the casino and stuff. So this is the conflict of interest. That's why he doesn't want to solve those issues. That's why no one dared to talk about Naga World, and the issue is still ongoing. So it must be the Hun family behind all of this. They must be part ownership of this casino, and also they have preferential treatment and patronage. In this case, the patronage, we can see that the communist country like China and Vietnam fully support Hun Manet to be the next prime minister by letting them borrow money to run political campaign, even though I don't think this Hun family will need any money to run this political campaign in 2023. They will have people happily give them millions of dollars to run for political campaigns. So we can see all of this issue all linked back to nepotism in Cambodia.
Thank you, Samady. And it's very sad situation we do in Cambodia. We do have the royal, which the king, but this time we're not talking about the king. We're talking about Cambodia politics, where they are hand over the CPP. I'm going to say CPP or Hun Sen handpicked his son to be the next prime minister. And from what we understand from the pictures, this political party CPP also voted, like it or not, voted to agree, and also put Hun Manet on a silver platter to sit in the throne for CPP, and also going to be the prime minister of Cambodia. And that is a sad situation. And I am seriously, when I'm talking about CPP, good luck. I'm seriously mean it. I'm seriously mean that people that die-hard supporter of CPP, die-hard supporter that spend money, that spend supporting them. I'm not talking about the top where people are making money or making corruption or from Cambodia, but this is the people that from the commune, people in the province that support CPP. And just to point out that their dream, the Cambodian dream of having a son or daughter, continue at a political, their political, wanting to be a political, doing something to help the country, but unfortunately, they will never able to sit in the prime minister position because it's been handpicked for Hun Manet to be there. And also he showed the world, like I show you, at the UN handpicked his granddaughters to be sitting on that chair. So that is the future of Cambodia. That's a picture that we clearly can see. And it's unfortunately, and this is the call to also wake up the CPP as well. Please join our fight. Please be with us. We want a fair chance. We want to be able to bring democracy to Cambodia. When democracy, what we mean is opportunity to run for office, opportunity to be sitting there as the next future of Cambodia, not just sitting there and watching the throne, the political throne being given to the Hun family. We are at the end of our show. Bong Sita, you can go first. What anything you want to share, anything you have not add, please do, and then we'll go with and then Samady later.
Thank you. I just want to plead to also, you already plead to the people, CPP people and people in Cambodia, if you don't want to see the Hun family run the country the next, who know how long, how many more years. please wake up and stand up and join, the movement to change that, to have a fair and free election in Cambodia. And I also want to plead to the international community, like Australia government, the United States government, to be more proactive in Cambodia government, because they have very strong tie to Chinese, and how to the Chinese government, and how the Chinese government is being influenced in Cambodia and in the Southeast Asia country. So we as Cambodian people, who we don't want China, we don't want Chinese government influence in our country. We do not need that. Please help promote democracy in Cambodia. Be more proactive, put more restriction on the Hun family and the Hun Sen government, and help us pass those laws, the one in the United States right now. So help us push those laws to pass the Senate pass and go to the president's desk and have him sign, please. That's one big steps that U.S. government can help Cambodia.
Thank you, Bong. And the law is S3052 and HR 4686. Thank you, Bong, regarding the U.S. government. Now, Samady, I want you to close by what should people in America do? What should the youth do to make sure that Cambodia have democracy? What the youth that on the other side, what should they do to how our equal opportunity as well to able to go to Cambodia and to help run the country?
I hope not just the youth, 17 million of Cambodians should see that the Hun family undermine public trust by making the government look like a family-owned business. He doesn't run the country for the Cambodians people, the 17 million Cambodians people, but for only the Hun family in power. I hope everyone can see that. And if anything, people who serve Cambodian People's Party should be more afraid, because as we know, in Cambodia, when things change, they don't change one by one person. If Hun Sen is gone, he decided to retire, his son became the next prime minister, the whole package, he will bring his whole family into the position, and your family is going to be kicked out of those government positions, because as we can see, nepotism, my family first. I don't care who you are, my family first in this position. So I hope we can see that.
Thank you, Samady, and thank you, Bong Sita. Thank you both for being with us today, and thank you for giving your time, your input. It was a really great discussion. So thank you so much for today.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, we are at the end of our show. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Khmer Youth Voices for Justice. This show is part of the CNRP America Live Facebook show. Again, my name is Linda. I've been your host for the last 1 hour. I hope you enjoyed the discussion. I hope you take away from what I'm trying to, the message that we are trying to pass, and not only passing the message to the youth in America or the youth overseas. My message is also to the youth and the people in Cambodia. Over 16 million of them, over 16 million Cambodian living in Cambodia. Cambodians should have an opportunity to run for office. The Cambodians should have an opportunity, a fair playing field to be sitting on the throne of Prime Minister seat in Cambodia. especially our youth, should have an opportunity to sit in that position also. So please listen and pay careful attentions. And like I said, since December of 2021, now it's been 10 months. So the advertisement, the um, broadcasting of Honmanat or who he is, trying to prep him up as a leadership material, prepping him up as someone who can do the job. And also many times, like this last Friday, like the picture I show already, Hun Sen brought 2 of his granddaughters to the UN headquarters for the meeting. So that is a clear sign that it's going to pass from the son to the grandkid. So it is something that not just opposition, but also CPP should also be concerned, because I know there's many people who are working under the party, working for CPP, and also people that protect the CPP, the political party. So this is a time when your family, your family, meaning your children, your grandchildren, will never be sitting in that position, because the whole family is going to continue on. So, and if you are die-hard fan, not just fan, die-hard CPP, please think about it. We over here, we people in Cambodia, there's many of us want to restore democracy in Cambodia, vote free, fair, and just election in Cambodia, freedom of expressions, freedom of assembly, and also free political prisoner in Cambodia. So thank you so much for being here. Wherever you at, if you're in America, good night. I hope you have a great evening. I hope you have a great week. If you are not in America, I wish you the same. Have a good day, and also I will see you next week. Please spend your time, spend your energy, and if you are overseas, please spend your time and your energy to advocate for democracy in Cambodia. We outside of Cambodia, we have so much freedom, we have so much that we can help to Cambodia to bring democracy. And please use your time wisely, please use your energy, and to support people that inside Cambodia that does not have a voice. And please use your voice, please use the freedom that you have overseas so that way you can better Cambodia inside Cambodia. Again, thank you. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next Tuesday. Thank you so much.